BCBaits, baby.
Yeah, dude, that's a good one.
All right, let's go over a little drop shot and how to and how I like to fish it. So what I'll do is I'll tie a Palomar knot to a small hook. I believe it's a size 1. And once the Palomar knot is on there, I'll take the bottom line and run it through the top of the eye down towards the bottom, so that when the knot swings around the top there and I'm fishing, it sets the hook straight out. That gives your worm a lot more action, a little more natural. When I put the worm on, just like I'm Texas rigging, in just a little bit in the nose and straight out, then I can push that all the way up onto the bridge of this hook and then figure out where exactly I'm going to push the hook into the worm. Go straight through and then straight down the back of the worm, and then just kind of pinch it in there so that if a fish does bite down on it, the hook is still exposed, but it keeps it in there relatively weedless free. And then take a drop shot weight, usually about 7 to 12 inches above. And when you're buying drop shot weights, what you really want to pay attention to is the clasp. You want a clasp that'll hold on to the line really well, but will, if you get stuck, will cut the line so that you can get everything else back. I'm throwing this drop shot rig on a G Loomis drop shot rod. It's got an extra fast tip. So with this light 5-pound test fluorocarbon that I'm throwing, usually the rod will absorb most of the fight from the fish. So you run a less risk of the line just breaking from the fish. The reel I have is got a really light drag on it, so that if I do hook into something big, it can pull drag pretty easily without snapping the line there either. Let's fish some more of this drop shot. I've been fishing the drop shot for a while today without getting much bite, so I switched to a smaller worm, and I'm going to put a little smelly jelly on it too, just to encourage the fish to hang on to it a little more. I don't use the stuff on my baits in terms of a attractant. I put it on because it gives a more slimy, natural feel to what the fish are used to eating, and generally I find that they hold on to it a little longer with it on there than as opposed to it not. And I make sure I get the line as well, because everything that goes in their mouth you want to make sure is as natural as feeling as possible. So let's see what we can do. Good fish on. Ooh, good. Bass, maybe a catfish coming up. Maybe I get a look at him. I think a bass would have already busted the surface. Taking me for a ride. Oh, fuck. big fish. I don't think it was a bass though. Oh, he rubbed me right up against something. Feel the line. Probably rubbed up against a rock with those zebra mussels. Broke it right off. Well, that was fun. Kind of a crappy way to end it, but I guess it happens. Oh man, I chased that fish all the way, I don't know, 50 yards down the bank trying to catch up to it. Oh. And so it happens. You get a good one and it breaks off. I think it was a catfish though. It hunkered down to the ground pretty well. Just didn't want to move.
Bye.
No,
Thumbs up.